Previously on this game, we got ambushed by not-so-polite HK units in the tundra. And we were gonna go in here. And we had to drag someone out here. Well, not drag, but yeah. Right, Baldur. There's refuge up here. Previously, we had a spaceship and it crashed a lot. And I mean a lot. That's not a good sign. So we're gonna have to rescue him.
Lay down your weapons, and you shall not be harmed.
Alright, we're cool. We're cool.
Why is it that everywhere we go, I end up in a cell? I mean, why did they lock us up? What is this place?
It is a training ground for Jedi.
What? This ice hole?
Yes, it bears the semblance of an academy. But where are all the students? Curious.
You've got to be joking. What is a Jedi Academy doing out here in the middle of nowhere?
It is a place hidden from the galaxy like the academy on Dantooine. But this place... Oh, Atris, you have been clever.
Atris?
It's none of your concern.
Well, the sooner we're out of here, the better. 2 crazy Jedi are more than enough for me. No one told me we were going to be dumped in a nest of Jedi.
And what is it about this place that causes you such fear?
What do you mean? We're in the middle of a bunch of Jedi. You know how they are.
No, I do not. Not in the way you seem to.
What? What are you doing? Get out of my head!
Stop struggling. Let me follow the current. Deeper to its source.
Okay.
Stop! Stop! Ah!
Ah, with the fear is mingled guilt. It squirms in you like a worm. And the why? Ah, and there is its heart. You surprise me. I could not feel it before. Your feelings are a powerful shield indeed. Do not worry, Atton. If he is a Jedi, he will forgive. And if he is not, he will not care.
You can't tell him, please. I'm asking you. I don't want him to...
Think less of you. I hardly think that's possible. Still, there is no shame in what you ask. We all wage war with the past, and it leaves its scars. I will not speak of yours, Atton, but there is a price for such things.
What? What price?
There are those who wage war and those who follow them. You are a crude thing, murderer, but you have your uses. You know how important this man we travel with is. Even one such as you can feel it. You will serve him until I release you.
And if I refuse?
You will not. If you do, then my silence will be broken. And then, Atton, you will be broken. You fear the Jedi, and rightly so. If Atris learns of your choices, you will never leave this place. But whatever fear you hold of the Jedi, know that if you disobey me, that my punishment will make you beg for the death that has long hounded you. Wipe the fear from your mind. You will not find blind obedience a difficult master. You chose it once. You will learn to embrace it again.
I don't know how you became such a manipulative witch, but why a vicious old scowl like yourself would even bother with me is a bigger mystery.
No game of Dajaric can be won without pawns, and this may prove to be a very long game. You are a slippery one. Your thoughts difficult for even one such as I to read. I suspect the self-loathing that squirms within you gives you a curious strength. Your spirit, as diseased as it is, refuses to allow you to give up, no matter what threats you face and whatever wreckage you leave behind you. I feel you have crossed our path for a reason. Perhaps even you, at the right moment, may be able to turn aside disaster. If so, your potential is not yet spent.
Fine. I'll be your pawn. But I still think you've got the wrong man.
Perhaps. But someone has to fly the ship, and the Force is a hard thing to predict. You have crossed our path for a reason. Our path brought us here for a reason. And now I know why. The past is here, and it must be met before the future can be set in motion.
More Jedi speak. Care to explain?
No. I've wasted enough time with you. Sleep, murderer, and be silent. I need no distraction.
Christ,
The
Kreia.
critical moment approaches.
That's not freaking ominous or anything. What the hell? What the hell, Kreia? Also, I'm allowed to walk free because reasons. Okay. I'm glad I left off where I did. Hello.
I did not expect to see you again after the day of your sentencing. I thought you had taken the Exile's path, wandering the galaxy. Yet you have returned. Why?
I'm just looking for my boat so I can get off this rock.
Your ship? Ah, the Ebon Hawk. It is not your ship. Unless you are admitting to the destruction of the Peragus mining facility.
Look, that wasn't on me. That was not my fault. That was my brother, John Freeman.
Ah, an accident. Something beyond your control. You have not changed. Acting instead of thinking, putting yourself before the galaxy, before the Jedi. Do you know what you have done?
You know what? No, why don't you tell me?
Without the fuel from Peragus, Citadel Station cannot maintain its orbit. It will crash into the planet and its destruction will echo across 20 other worlds.
Go on.
Telos was a test to see if the Republic could mount a restoration effort on the Outer Rim. When it fails, the Republic will not finance another. The other Rim worlds, devastated by the Sith, will remain graveyard worlds, devoid of life. And that is the magnitude of your crime.
There's like 4 answers I want to pick here. Hey, Raymond, how's it going? Dude, plan. 5-socket dex armor, you have mine in attention. Sort of. My crime? The Sith destroyed Peragus, not me.
The Sith? What do you mean?
The Sith came for me on Peragus to kill me.
You speak truly. You have encountered the Sith. I can feel the scars on you. And you encountered them on Peragus. But what would they want there? They can't have been looking for you.
The Sith believe me to be the last Jedi.
You. If they thought you a Jedi, the teachings of the Sith blind them indeed. I am the last Jedi, not you. You betrayed our teachings, our beliefs, the very core of the Jedi Order. If these Sith attacked you, they will soon realize their mistake. And if you escaped, they most likely let you go to see if you would lead them here.
They're stronger than you think. At least one Sith Lord stands with them, and they fight differently than the Sith from the Jedi Civil War.
Whatever force they can bring to bear, it will matter not. If they face a true Jedi, they shall fall.
Yeah, tell that to Revan. Were there any survivors? Any other survivors at all from the Civil War?
I said I was the last of the Jedi, Exile, and I did not speak falsely. There are others who were once Jedi, but no longer. They will not take action against this threat.
I could track them down, maybe. You know, change their minds.
You offer your aid after turning your back on me, on the Council. The Jedi is not something you embrace out of fear. The commitment is stronger than that, something you never seem to understand.
I'm not doing this out of fear. I want to help.
Perhaps. But if you help me, it cannot be done from here. There are others in the galaxy who may help us against a Sith threat. If you can find them, gain their trust, perhaps our defenses shall be stronger for it. Take your ship, seek them out. If you find them, encourage them to gather on Dantooine. From there we can call a council and see what can be done.
Where can I find my companions?
You shall find them north of here, in one of the old irrigation chambers. They have not been harmed. They are free to leave as well.
You know, it wasn't my intention to come here or cause you harm. This was actually just an accident.
Yet here you are, and you bring tragedy with you once again. It was too much to hope that you may have come here to finally admit the Council was right.
Why are there so many choices? Refresh my memory. Why did the Council cast me out?
Why? Because you turned your back on us. And the Order. You followed Revan to war against the Mandalorians. The very war that made Revan a Lord of the Sith, and ruined you.
I couldn't just stand by and allow innocent people to die in the Outer Rim.
So you said, so long ago. I didn't believe it then, and I don't believe it now. You sought adventure. You hungered for battle. You could not wait to follow Revan to war. The Jedi Order asked only for time to examine the Mandalorian threat. They urged caution, patience, and you defied them. So when you returned, you were brought before us. You were a Jedi no longer, and so you were exiled.
I also recall you wished me imprisoned, or worse.
There was much about that day that was difficult to forget. Your words, your defiance, and when you stabbed your lightsaber into the center stone. I had kept it, so I would never forget.
Didn't realize you still had it after all these years.
I have always kept it, as a reminder of what can happen when your passions dictate your actions. I have kept it, so I would never forget your arrogance or your insult to the Order.
But if I became a Jedi again, would you return it to me?
Become a Jedi again? That is a thing far out of reach. But I am not unsympathetic to your feelings. Leaving the Order must have been difficult for you. Yet you gave the Council no other choice. You gave me no other choice.
I went to war to protect others, not for battle, not for adventure.
So your choice was to meet the aggression of the Mandalorians with more aggression. That is not the Jedi way.
The Mandalorians were butchering innocent worlds, worlds that we had sworn to protect.
Every choice we make, whether we know it or not, sends echoes through the Force. It can awaken feelings, ignite passions, hate, anger, fear, where none existed before. By meeting aggression, by serving as an opponent against which the Mandalorians could test themselves, you fed their hate, their lust for war, and it sent a terrible echo through you. And because of it, you and those Jedi who met them on the battlefield lost their way, and you turned on us.
Were you not tempted to help the innocent?
Of course I was. But the Jedi teachings require we examine how we may best help them. Action without reflection is not our way.
Our teachings do not mean we should stand by and watch others die.
There was no guarantee that marching to war would have saved the Outer Rim. In fact, quite the opposite.
No, there was no guarantee that we'd win. But if we hadn't acted, the Mandalorians would now rule the Republic.
A physical victory perhaps, but the real victory lay in...
How many people would have died if the Mandalorians hadn't been stopped?
You do not know...
If the Mandalorians had won, would the Jedi fought then, or simply meditated on what to do?
How dare you? The Mandalorian Wars should have been your grave, and Malachor 5 is where you should have died.
Careful, Atreus. Anger leads to the dark side.
You see shadows where there are none, and hate where there is none. You are blind, as always. I tire of fighting with you. You lust for war, and you always will, and you have succeeded in distracting me from my questions. So answer me. If you cannot seem to admit the Council was correct, then why are you here? Your ship? Ah, you have not. Do you? No, your crime is much more than that. Without the fuel... Telos was a tech. The other... The Sith. You speak truly. And you encountered... There are no more Jedi, except I. Like you, they turned from the Order, and now only I remain. If these Sith attacked you, they will soon... I said I was the last. There are... You, the Jedi... Perhaps. There are... Take your... Then I shall send you on your way. It is now time for you to depart.
We shall remove him, mistress.
That was a tiring
Come with
conversation.
us.
That was an extremely tiring conversation. Good to see that nothing in about 10,000 years has ever
Are you
changed
all
within
right,
the Jedi
mistress?
Order.
The exile brought up feelings best left forgotten.
Forgive me, mistress, but I must ask. The exile. I've never seen another affect you so strongly. Did you care for him once?
The Jedi have no such attachments. As always, he will do as he wills. And the galaxy, and the feelings of others, can burn for all he cares. The day we judged him, I stood in the chamber and he was so right. He was so certain of it, I doubted myself. He chose Revan over the Jedi, over the Council, over... But now I am tired. I must meditate.
Of course, mistress. I will tell the others you are not to be disturbed. And please, do not exhaust yourself. We can attend to matters here.
That was exhausting. I gained light side points through all of that. Okay. Oh, freaking K, video game. Draculax has asked bees. Yes. Good question, Draculax. Thank you very much for that. Let me just, Oh, cool. It popped out over here instead of the other one. Good question. Thank you very much. Christ. That was exhausting.
Why have you approached me?
I kind of wanted to ask you some things.
You may ask.
There's some questions about, Atris.
The mistress? What of her?
What can you tell me about her, anyway?
She leads us. As she rebuilds Telos, she rebuilds the Order, and through them, the galaxy.
And she plans to do that how exactly?
We serve the Jedi. We do not question them. Yet, Atris has told us that the work here at Telos may pay for similar efforts in many worlds along the Rim that were destroyed when the Jedi turned on each other. She has said the Jedi Order needs such a foundation if it is to rebuild. She faults the teaching of many of the Jedi Masters as the spark of the Jedi Civil War. Atris has said that if Revan and Malak had been properly instructed in the ways of the Jedi, they never would have fallen, and nor would you, Exile.
And what does Atris consider proper training?
That is unknown to me. I have never observed Atris to teach Jedi, nor would I wish to. Atris
Yikes.
has chosen instead to focus her efforts on galactic recovery. Once the galaxy breathes again, disciples will come.
I'll be going now. Gods almighty, that was such a rough... A video game has never tested me conversationally like this before. With that many options, that many tiny little tweaks of tone and of argument. It was also one of the first conversations I have ever had in a video game where I could actually speak as myself, I feel like. So that's a pretty strong point for this game, I feel like. Like, God, that conversation was very draining, but it was like one of the more powerful conversations I've seen in a video game. Because, yeah. Just, sorry, I'm like tabbed out, but yeah. I'm just, I needed a second here. Yeah, video games don't give me that many options in conversation. I practically could have typed out my own responses. No, let's go. Okay, I'll deal with that later. Yeah. Son of a... That was such a conversation. That level of powerful idealism doesn't necessarily happen every day. And I feel like if I had chosen poorly or even just a hair more hostilely, that would have been a fight. A straight up fight. I need to go north.
Why have your... You will find them in the main irrigation channel room, in the northern part of the plateau interior. The particle emitters there that once governed the flow of water to Telos can double as force cages.
So they're prisoners.
They were caged for their safety, until we could determine your intent, Exile. Atris cautioned us against your tactics, fearing that your allies would create a distraction. Your companions gave us little trouble, however. The male could have presented some challenge if he had resisted, but he chose not to.
What about me?
We have some training in dealing with Jedi. You would have posed little threat.
Aden would have?
He has had some Echani training. He masks it well, but when you were in danger, his mask dropped into a stance we know well.
Where would he have gotten that training?
I do not know. The Echani forms are known to be taught to military special forces throughout the galaxy. If the source is a mystery to you, perhaps you should ask him. It would be wise to know those you travel with.
Cool, and the Ebonhawk?
Your ship is stored in the hangar. Atris has given you permission to leave this place, and permission to return if you remain in her service.
I'll be going now. There's one thing oh, okay. I'll talk in a minute.
Did you find what you came for?
Yeah, freaking headache. I've been given a chance to help the Jedi.
I had thought that would bring you some peace, yet I still sense some unrest in you.
But you
There was
sense the
something from
headache.
your past here, something unresolved. I feel we did not come to this place by chance. You were led here. This woman who resides here, she did something to you once, something that hangs upon you still.
The woman here is a Jedi, Atris, one of the Council.
There is a Jedi here, perhaps, in that you are correct. Yet there are no students, and this woman, this Atris, surrounds herself with those who cannot feel the Force. Curious.
Atris plans to heal the galaxy, then rebuild the Order.
Plans are fragile things, and life often dashes expectations to the ground. Perhaps students will come to her in time. For now, she is surrounded by those who cannot feel the Force.
Aren't the Handmaidens students?
No, her servants are not Jedi. Their minds are walls, trained to resist tricks of the mind. This discipline blinds them to the Force as well, even if they were Force-sensitive.
Did you try to use Jedi mind tricks on them?
Invade the mind of another? It is not something done carelessly, or when there is nothing to be gained.
I'm gonna move my phone far away because the Facebook thing is getting annoying. Let's talk about it on the way out of here.
Very well. Let us depart.
Is Aden okay? He looks like he got knocked out of his ass.
He's only sleeping. It seems the journey here has fatigued him.
He can sleep while he's driving the boat. Let's get out of here.
I am sorry, General. I must have lost consciousness in the crash.
Oh, hey, you're here. Cool. You okay, though?
I'm fine, General. Even power has been restored to my arm. What is this place? Where are we?
Jedi Academy. Actually, let's just get to the ship. We can talk later.
Very well, General. I will await your arrival.
Mistress, you summoned me.
I have a task for you. The Exile is dangerous. I'm concerned that he was able to return to Republic space and reach Telos without my knowledge.
Mistress, the Harbinger was lost in transit. It was our failing.
What is done is done. But now I need you to travel with him.
Mistress,
I realize what I'm asking of you. And I am asking that you keep your purpose a secret, even from your sisters. I need someone to watch the Exile closely, and let me know if he contacts the Sith. More importantly, I need you to study him closely. I need to know what he thinks, what he does. Become part of his group. Earn his trust. Get him to confide in you.
I will do as you ask, Mistress.
Cool, party member.
But Mistress, the Exile did not seem to pose a threat to us.
Ah, but he does. Do not be fooled by the exterior. It is his nature you must beware. He fell to the dark side once. He will do so again. I am trusting you with this task, last of my handmaidens. Do not disappoint me. The galaxy, the Jedi, may depend on it.
Hey, influence Baldur. Baldur, I like that. I haven't saved in like a minute, so... Oh my god, this play... Okay, so I was saying before I got my friends out of jail, this game has a lot of haze of confusion compared to the first game. The first game was a lot more set in stone of, I'm gonna do this and be good, or that and be evil, and this is what's gonna happen. With like a little bit of wiggle room for, you know, dramatic effect, or, you know, a little bit of suspense or discontinuity or whatever. This game is very open. I feel like anything I say could have a major impact and change on events at any given time, or it may not. I just don't know. And I'm not gonna know until I do a dark side playthrough. Like, I don't know what's going on at any given time. And that's kind of fun in its own way. KOTOR 1 left me pretty much in the know at any given time. KOTOR 2 is leaving me with a lot more questions than answers, and whenever one is answered, like, I get 7 more asked later. Like, it's like a Hydra, but if each Hydra head was also an individual Hydra. So you cut off one head and an entire Hydra grows out, you know, like... That's what this game is doing to me right now. And I am very confused at any given time. So we're gonna get a spy. We're gonna... Hello. What are you? A world? Hey, buddy! T3, old pal!
Well, if it isn't the one who stole the Ebonhawk. Not so smug now, are you?
Shut the hell up, Atten.
Don't be a fool. Atris stole the ship and the droid.
Says you.
Are you alright? Actually, your behavior court, they didn't memory wipe you, did they? Look, I'm just glad I found you. She downloaded what from you? Why would she want what's in your memory core? Let's get you back to the ship, then we can talk more. Join us on the Ebon Hawk when we're ready to leave. Actually, we'll see you at the Ebon Hawk. Yeah, we got our droid buddy back. It was light side too, sweet. I'm pretty deep into the light side stuff right now. It's my boat! God, I know it's probably not exactly the most exciting thing to watch at any given time, but the way this game is handling characterization is making it pretty high in my books so far. Let me just take a few supplies. For good? I thought I'd be coming back later. Well, in that case, I'm explore. Probably because of some of the conversational choices I've had.
Why have you...
Do all these women look alike? Not like I'm complaining, I mean, it's interesting.
They are Ichani. It is not unusual for their children to share similar features from the same parents.
If you have a reason for approaching me, speak it. This was once a mighty irrigation center for Telos. It survived the orbital bombardment of the Sith, though the inhabitants did not. Ancient irrigation channels still lie beneath the surface of Telos, waiting to be used again for the reconstruction efforts, controlled from this facility.
So, Atris resides within the frozen heart of this world.
That is a peculiar way of seeing it, but it can be described by such an abstract, yes.
But why is she here?
Shortly before the destruction of Dantooine by the forces of the traitor Jedi Malak, Atris had many Jedi artifacts and knowledge transported here secretly.
Why?
Even the Sith prefer live prey to scavenging a corpse. She thought that a world already savaged by the Sith would not prove a target a second time. It was a place where the artifacts and the teachings of the Jedi could be kept safely if the Sith could not be turned aside.
How did she know Dantooine was gonna be destroyed?
The Jedi Council sensed it. Master Vrook, Master Vandar, but it was too late to do much except make arrangements for evacuation. It was a dark day for the Order. Many on Dantooine did not survive, Jedi or not. Atris would not speak for many days after the attack, and we feared our mistress was lost to us. In time, she regained her voice and her strength. She brought the artifacts and the teachings of the Jedi here and has kept them safe.
Artifacts, as in...
Yes, many relics from Dantooine, some which predate even the destruction of Ossus. She was not able to save all, but she saved enough.
If these relics predate Ossus, then she has saved much knowledge, and much of the Jedi teachings.
She was able to bring them here before the Academy's destruction. It was a fortunate thing. She was not able to save everything.
Can I need lightsabers in the collection? Nah, I'm not going to. What's Ossus?
Ossus was once the home of much of the Jedi teaching and knowledge. It was destroyed over 40 years ago by the Sith, during the time of Exar Kun. Fortunately, a few relics and artifacts were saved before Ossus was destroyed, but many were not.
May I see some of this knowledge?
Viewing the relics is not allowed without Atris's permission.
If I get permission, will you allow it?
Of course. I exist to serve the Jedi.
Okay. I know way better than to try to lie to these people. Ooh, advanced menu. We need to get rid of... There's like a box on my OBS and it's just bothering me. Cool. Okay, this is just this room again. Have I missed anything in that wing? No. Okay, beautiful. Let's see if I can talk to her again a little more civilly. This is a council room, alright. Yep. No, there's no visible mark where I threw my lightsaber, apparently. It's a shame. If it's gone for good, then that leads me to believe that this place is about to get terraced. So I kind of want to get the most out of my dialogue as I can.
You... The mistress? What of her?
Where is she? Can I speak to her again?
She's meditating, and she does not wish to be disturbed. Your presence here has troubled her, and I hope you do not choose to trouble her further. She leads us. We serve, yet she has...
Indeed. A most curious reason for a war.
Atris has said that if...
Yes, to teach one needs students. I've seen few of those since our arrival.
Atris has chosen instead to focus her efforts on galactic
Okay, they don't
recovery.
care that I say that. I'm not intentionally going to disturb her, but I would like to leave on a better note than that if the game is telling me I'm gonna be leaving for good. Okay. I bet there's probably some kind of force power I could use to get it open, but you know, I think Alright. Doesn't look like I'm getting much more out of this, so I'm gonna go ahead and go board my space boat. I'm gonna keep a permanent save here, though. Kinda wanna keep a permanent save before the big giant dialogue, though, like, not gonna... Hello, what is this? Turbo lift seal. Oh. That was probably the way I came in. Right, that was just jail. There's, like, also a lot of options about going dark side compared to light side. I feel like I'm playing on accidental hard mode here. But that's just me. Yeah, I'm gonna keep a save here. Next time I save is gonna be on a new save. Oh cool, it's playing music this time for the cutscenes. It was really awkward last time that it wasn't.
Mistress, the last of the handmaidens is not among us.
She has left with the exile.
Left?
But why? Her oath.
I sent her to travel with the exile. She may discover something I cannot.
Mistress, the last of the handmaidens. She is willful, and she has demonstrated her fascination with Jedi. It may not have been why.
I know what I have done, but it was necessary.
Well, now that we're off that Dajaric board of a planet, I say we burn sky until we see lines.
What's with T3? Angry droid noises. You downloaded Atris's archives?
What is the machine saying?
Said there was a holo record of my trial in Atris's records.
We seem to have found it.
Do you know why we have called you here?
You've called me here to answer for my crimes on Malachor 5.
As Revan summoned you, so have you come full circle to return to the Jedi.
Why did you defy us? The Jedi are guardians of the peace, and have been for centuries. This call to war undermines all that we have worked for.
Is Revan your master now? Or is it the horror you wrought at Malachor that has caused you to see the truth at last?
The truth is, the Mandalorians had to be stopped or countless more would have died.
You refuse to hear us. You have shut us out, and so have shut yourself to the galaxy.
We feel that your true understanding of what happened at Malachor 5 will only happen in time, and it cannot happen here, near the battlegrounds where you fought.
You are exiled, and you are a Jedi no longer.
There is one last thing. Your lightsaber. Surrender it to us.
Yeah, I wish there had been a mark.
Much defiance in that one.
You are correct, Kavar. When he was here, I felt it. It was as if he was not there, more like an echo.
Revan's influence has grown amongst the youngest of the Order. She speaks to their passions, not their sense. The war has touched them. Many of them have found themselves in the war against the Mandalorians.
It is as I feared, and I fear that we have played into the hands of the enemy.
We have not lost a Jedi this day. You felt it. He has lost himself. He is no Jedi. He walked Revan's path, but he was not strong enough.
I fear it is our teachings that may have led Revan to choose the path she did.
We are not the ones who taught her.
We take responsibility, Atris, not cast blame.
The choice of one was the choice of us all. Revan's teacher intended no harm, and Revan had many teachers since.
Yet they all stem from the same source. Her teachings violated the Jedi Code, and lead all who listen to the dark side, as they did the exile.
You are wrong. The dark side is not what I sensed in the exile. Surely the rest of you felt it as well. That emptiness we felt. He has changed.
Whatever that wound was, it was of the dark side. We should not have let him depart. He will simply join Revan again, or perhaps worse.
What would you have done with him, Atris? Be mindful of your feelings. This is not Revan who stood before you. This one walks a different path.
No, although that may come in time. We let him go because we must. Where he travels, he carries his destination with him.
Malachor 5 should have been his grave. You saw it in his walk, and in the Force. It was as if he was already dead.
No, not death. Many battles remain for that one, if what we have seen is true. But the future is a shifting thing, and he cuts like a blade through it.
We should have told him the truth. A Jedi deserves to know.
No good would have come from it, even if what you believe was true. There is still the matter of Revan, and such truths could leave us vulnerable on two fronts.
Perhaps in many years, we will call him before us and explain what happened to him, and how he may be healed. Until then, he must accept his journey.
But he may never discover the truth, and he will never know why we cast him out.
And that is the future we must accept.
Those Jedi sure like their secrets, don't they?
Those last few moments after my trial, I had no idea. If you find anything else, let me know. Atris is a list of all the missing Jedi. Sure, put it up. Master Vrook on Dantooine. Ziskai on Nar Shaddaa. Kavar on Onderon. Vash on Korriban. Wait, I can go into Korriban in skin? Okay. And Atreus on Telos. Those Jedi were all on the council that exiled me.
A strange coincidence.
It is no coincidence. There is some larger plan at work here, and we are walking into it. This is too convenient to be anything but a trap.
Be that as it may, we're gonna need their help against the Sith.
Those are Atris's records you have stolen.
What the hell are you doing on our ship?
I have come to join you. I can help you against this threat.
Well, we don't want your help. Or any of your sisters.
If it comforts you to believe that, then so be it. But the enemies you face are many, and you will need all the help you can get. It is just me, and I am doing this because Atris believes you will need help.
You know what? Yeah, do you think we need help?
I think the strength of the enemy is unknown, but it is greater than 5 can hope to defeat without aid.
Well, I'll take what I can get.
Indeed. But of course, what does one more matter to our journey? I have had enough of this. I will be in my chambers.
Yeah, me too. I'll be in my chambers. But since I don't have any, I guess I'll just go to the cockpit like I always do. If she's coming with us, she gets the cargo hold. Might remind her how fun it is to get locked up.
General.
The cargo hold is enough. I assure you, there is little I need. I will attend to myself.
Don't let them bother you. We've just been through a lot.
It is no matter. I am used to worse conditions, but thank you for your kindness.
Handmaiden has joined our party. She has a Chinese defense which protects her against melee attacks. Excellent unarmed fighter. So why is she armed?
General, is there a reason you don't carry a lightsaber anymore?
I ain't found one yet! Atris and the council took it away from me.
That's not your lightsaber anymore. That belonged to someone who served Revan in the wars, not the person you are now. You could build another one, if you wanted to, but you know that.
Do you think... Actually, why wouldn't I?
I don't know, General, but whatever the reason, you should put it behind you. I know this. A lightsaber is part of who you are. Without it, you're not complete.
And how would we start?
I think I can help you out there. I happen to know the parts you need.
Since when did you become an expert on lightsabers?
I spent a lot of time around Jedi during the war. None of them would let me take their lightsaber apart, but I did learn about their construction. We need a power cell, emitter matrix, lens and focusing crystal. Though I have to admit the crystal is beyond my means. Never did understand them. Those parts are fairly common, though a Jedi once told me that it's best if your lightsaber reflects you, and if it is constructed of things that identify it as your own. Just bring the parts to me before you get started building it. I'll make sure they're usable.
Sweet. Hey T3, you don't sound happy.
For the last time, no. Because you're programmed to force your opponent to go first, and nothing will convince me the computer doesn't cheat.
I love it.
Even if I didn't have to go first and somehow I didn't suspect you of counting cards, I still wouldn't play with a trash compactor.
Sad robot noises.
Yeah? How many credits? Well, check it again. It can't be anything else. Just check the damn connector. I don't trust the diagnostics any more than I trust you. Because I don't like droids. They break. In the head. Well, whatever you call that thing on your head.
Confused robot noises.
Yeah, well, if I'm mean to you, it's because I care.
All I'm saying is that you've gone for a long time without a memory wipe. Most droids behave erratically under those circumstances. I know that, but I'm fixing everything else around here, so I may as well take a look at you too. What was that? That's what I'm talking about. That is not normal droid behavior.
What's going on here?
I am not pushing you around. I just wanted to see if there was anything I could do to upgrade your functionality.
Don't worry, Badger probably knows what he's doing.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. Good. Now let's get started. You wouldn't guess it from the outside, but it looks like you've been through a lot. I'll bet. I'm all done with you. If anything comes loose, let me know and I'll put it back in place.
Permanent. Ooh, nice. A lot has happened. Been a long time since the war. I'm surprised you're still functioning. Hey, buddy.
Hey, General. Are you alright?
What?
You look like you've been standing too close to one of my shield generators.
When one is in touch with the Force, it can manifest itself visibly.
Was there something you wanted me for?
Do I have all the lightsaber parts I'll need?
Let me see what you have. No, you're still missing an emitter matrix and lens. Something else I can help you with?
Where'd you pick up that remote anyway? I like the tone.
That old thing? I built him when I was a kid. Been following me around for years now, despite what I've done to try and chase him off. Hey, just kidding. I'm happy to have you around.
Sad disco robot noises. What does it do other than follow you around?
He helps me out with repairs. I outfitted him with a cutting laser and some other tools for delicate modifications. He's also good for singeing the pants of annoying techs.
Angry disco noises.
I've been thinking about doing some other work on him, but I barely have time. Too busy fixing up the ship. Something else I can help you with?
What's your opinion on the Telos situation anyway?
If the Republic would just rein Zerka in, there'd be no problem. But as long as Zerka is allowed to undermine the Ithorians' efforts, Telos will remain dead. I can't take seeing my work being used by those bloodsuckers. But there's nothing I can do about it, so let's talk about something else. Something else I can help you with?
What you doing?
Just working on the ship. I'm not sure who got her up and running, but I'm amazed she's even space-worthy. Whoever made these repairs doesn't think like most mechanics. But don't worry, I'll get everything in shape.
Thanks, buddy. Missing a lens and a matrix. I thought I had those. Part of me wants to go right back to Telos to buy stuff. Hello.
Oh, welcome, Exile. Is there something you need?
How you doing? You alright?
Yes, your features, your stance. There is a calm about you that I did not notice on Telos.
Yeah, it's called ibuprofen. I don't have a headache anymore from your... what do you mean?
There is an energy about you, a lightness in your movements. It is something I have seen in only the most disciplined and revered of the Echani weapon masters. Yet it comes to you with ease.
I guess I feel better. I feel more in touch with my surroundings and others.
It shows in your features. It is beautiful to see.
Hey, Lulu. How you doing? Let me ask you some things, handmaiden.
You may ask.
Did Aegis ever talk about me?
She said you betrayed the Jedi by going to war when it was forbidden to you. You turned on your masters, your teachings, and yourself. That is not all she says. She says you know nothing of loyalty to any cause except your own animal instincts, and she told us why you fell to the dark side.
And why was that?
Atris says that you fell to the dark side in the Mandalorian Wars, when you gave in to your lust for battle. Once you tasted war, you could not give it up.
That doesn't explain why I stopped fighting after the Mandalorian War.
Atris says when the Dark Lord Revan returned to the Republic, you did not march with them, because you had fallen so far you could no longer feel the Force.
Anything else?
I believe that is the extent of her expressed feelings toward you. There are variations at times, but all rise from the same foundation.
Expressed feelings?
Yes, it is difficult sometimes for others to truly speak their heart or listen to it. The words often prove difficult, or they do not come at all.
What do you think Atris's heart says?
Without having seen you and Atris fight, I cannot say. Battle is a pure form of expression. It is heart and discipline, reduced to movement and motion.
I kinda don't want to fight her, so sucks to be you.
Then her expressed feelings will have to suffice.
You know what? Let's talk about something else.
You may ask.
Why are you called the Handmaidens?
We attend Atris. It is the duty of all of us, from the first of my sisters to me, the last of the Handmaidens.
You're the last of them.
I am the last of the Handmaidens. This is correct. I train so that one day that will no longer be true.
Your skill is impressive, as is your devotion to your training.
That is not entirely correct. There are times I am distracted. Perhaps once having known the ways of the Jedi, you may understand what occupies my thoughts.
What do you mean?
There is much knowledge on Telos, and only one of the Jedi remain. There is so much about their ways of battle, their forms, their stances, that may be lost forever if the last of the Jedi is taken from the galaxy.
And you would preserve it.
Atris has already preserved it. What I wonder is if the Jedi teachings should not simply be stored, but brought to others. There is much in their approach to battle that is worthy to be shared.
And this is what distracts you.
To the Ichani, battle is a means of communication. It is an art in the truest sense of the word. Stance, form, discipline are a means of expression and communication. They speak one's heart and one's devotion to their cause.
Devotion to their cause?
Yes, the methods you use to meet your opponents speak truer than any words can express. When you risk pain or death, there is no truer sacrifice or strength.
There are better ways of communicating with others than combat.
It was to the Jedi traitor Malak. It was to the Jedi traitor Revan. When Taris was destroyed, it showed Malak's heart through its execution and intent. It was brutal, without finesse, but showed his commitment to defeat the Jedi. Yet with Revan, there was the same commitment, but it was a subtle thing, like weaving threads in a tapestry or strokes upon a canvas. She spoke through battles and tactics in a way one could never do in words. She showed her heart at Malachor V, and finally at the end of the Jedi Civil War. I believe she was speaking to Malak in that final battle, though few knew it.
No, she was trying to kill him, for better or worse. What do you think Revan was saying?
Through battle, Revan was meeting betrayal with betrayal, and showing Malak the pain he had inflicted on his master. What stronger display than death for conveying one's sense of being betrayed by one's own student? Revan's anger must have been great indeed. I would have wished to have been there for that final exchange, and seen the truth of their conflict with each other.
I have the VODs highlighted if you want to go take a look. Besides, they were only driven by the dark side.
But to say that seems an untruth, based on what I know of the Jedi. The Force can drive others, but there is still choice, is there not? If there is no choice in the Force, then our teachings and our actions are for nothing, and I refuse to believe that is true.
Okay. I gain light side points for that? Hell yeah. Hey, Kreia.
How many more do we intend to gather to us? This ship is not the galaxy. There is only so much room.
As many as want to come with us and help us.
Then prepare for an army, I think, for it seems many more will come in time. They will follow you because you are a leader. Their kind always needs such, even when the figure deserves no such obedience.
Wow, screw you too! They're my friends, not my followers.
Do not cloak one word within another. Friends. Do friends not follow? Do friends not form a hierarchy of their own, no matter how small the circle?
For reasons beyond my goddamn comprehension. What makes you think that they obey me anyway?
Because I am not blind, that is why. I see what they see, Hear their voices when they speak to you, and notice the change when they speak to others.
Why are you angry?
I know many things, and I know what I am not. I am no leader. I speak with a voice that will never move others. I speak with a passion that goes unheard. They obey you because you are a leader, and perhaps something more. Have you noticed what has been happening? Have you felt it in them?
Is something happening to them?
They echo you, either fighting or surrendering to their feelings, their loyalty, their duty. Your mere presence serves as an example to them of something to uphold or something to fight against. Watch them carefully, see their patterns, and recognize the strength in it. Influence can be a weapon, one that you may need before your journey is done.
Right. They're my friends, though. Not... Well, actually, no. What about you?
I am but a mirror whose only purpose is to show you what your own eyes cannot yet see.
That's why you knocked out, not in jail, huh? They're my friends, though, not tools.
I care not which of the words you use, as long as you make use of that which you forge. That was Revan's way, I believe. It was a strength. Have you never asked yourself how Revan took the Republic and Jedi beneath her? How she made them hers?
She was a powerful presence. There was little one did not believe when she spoke it with conviction.
Ah, but to make officers turn on their own people, to bomb innocent worlds, to make pacts, strong influence indeed. And where did these Sith teachings come from? And why did Revan embrace them so strongly? So many questions, yet the answers are few.
I thought the teachings of the Sith came from Korriban.
Oh, did they? No, Revan met no Sith empire, yet she learned their teachings. Many have mistaken the soldiers beneath Revan, the machines that were constructed to be the Sith. They are wrong. The Sith is a belief, and what Revan formed was not an empire, but something else. Yet how she did it is curious. And I suspect the answer to that question is tied to another. How was Revan able to corrupt so many so quickly?
What do you think?
Not a one. But we shall see where our journey takes us, I think, and see how many answers we come across, yes?
I want to ask you something else.
Ask, and I will answer.
You don't really like the Handmaiden. Why is that?
There are countless reasons, and I have neither the time nor the patience to list them all.
I trust her. She's here to help us, and allies should stand together.
Do you think to turn her from Atris's will? If so, I hope your arrogance will prove true in time. But I will abide her presence. She may have her uses.
You've made that very clear. Why do you say that, though?
Because Atris is a threat. And as much as she would try to use us against you, so may we use her servants against her. Do not see every enemy as an enemy. See them instead as an ally, whether they realize it or not. This situation may yet work to our advantage.
I don't see her as an enemy, and neither should you.
If that is your opinion, it is noted. Is that all you wish to speak to me about?
God, no.
Ask.
What the hell are you, anyway? Are you a Jedi, Sith, Grey? What are you?
Does it matter? Of course it does. Such titles allow you to break the galaxy into light and dark, categorize it.
Grey, got it.
Perhaps I am neither, and I hold both as what they are, pieces of a whole. Know that I am your teacher, and that is enough.
Then what were you?
What do you wish to hear? That I once believed in the Code of the Jedi? That I felt the call of the Sith? That perhaps once I held the galaxy by its throat? That for every good work that I did, I brought equal harm upon the galaxy? that perhaps what the greatest of the Sith Lords knew of evil they learned from me? What would it matter now? There is only so much comfort in knowing such things, and it is not who I am now.
Maybe I still want to hear it.
There are dark places in the galaxy where few tread, ancient centers of learning, of knowledge, but I did not walk alone. To be united by hatred is a fragile alliance at best. But my will was not law. There were disagreements, ambition, and hunger for power. There are techniques within the Force against which there is no defense. I was cast down, stripped of my power, exiled. I suffered indignities and fell into darkness. Learn from me, my mistakes, and use that knowledge to become greater than I. That is all I ask of you, and that is all I desire. In you all my hopes rest, for the future, for the Force.
I need more than that, Kreia.
If it means so much to you, then this I swear to you upon my life, upon our lives, that when your training is complete, I will answer everything. There shall be no more shadows between us, only truth that exists between master and apprentice.
I'm gonna leave that there. Influence lost, Kreia, of course. Yeah, I kind of was spending the entire conversation arguing with Kreia. Mostly in defending the Handmaiden. So Kreia was a Sith Lord. And is probably behind everything from before KOTOR 1. That's a hell of a thing to take in all of a sudden. Hey, buddy! You don't look so hot. You look like your needs some routine maintenance. How's the Ebonhawk? Cool. I really appreciate your help. What about the astrogation system? You locked it. Why'd you do that? The Republic is already in trouble. I'm not sure what else you're protecting it from. An old friend? I was worried this old friend had gone so dangerous.
T3, there's not much time. I've seen that expression on her face before. Now, I don't know where she's planning on going, but it's dangerous. She's going to leave without telling me. I don't know why, but there's a chance that she'll take you. If she does, I need you to watch out for her. She's strong, but she can't face everything alone. Do what you can, T3. If she doesn't make it back, then I need you to come back, find help. If not me, then other Jedi, the Republic. I can't lose her, even if she wants to be lost.
Why me? I was kind of comatose. I'm on it, T3. I'll do what I can to stop the threat. I want to head pat T3. That person in the hologram, friend of yours? Hesitant beeps. Who was the person in the hologram talking about? I know what the person in the hologram was talking about, but... A missing friend. What happened to your old friend? Why aren't you with her? But you decided to go for help anyway. But you did help. You found us, T3. If we can stop the Sith, then there's hope. That message doesn't tell me where the Ebon Hunt came from. But why don't you have that information? Who deleted it? Okay, but why? Don't be sorry. Maybe you had a good reason or just trying to protect someone. I want to head pat T3. Yeah, I kind of figured wanting to spiritually head pat T3 would give me influence. God, there's like a lot of light side going on here. Yeah, I'm like really maxed out light side right now. That was a lot of that to happen all of the sudden. Hey, buddy.
You know, I noticed a glow before, but now it's bright around you. You've come a long way since Peragus, and despite all we've been through, you seem a lot better for it.
I feel as if I'm more in touch with the Force than I've ever been.
It shows. It's kind of inspiring, to be honest. Anyway, just wanted to mention it. I think the others have noticed it too.
Got some questions for you.
Alright, what did you want to know?
Can you explain where you got your Echani training?
Huh? What are you talking about?
When we entered the Telos Academy, you dropped into an Echani combat stance.
Oh, that. Don't tell anyone, but you wouldn't believe how many fights you can prevent by just pretending to know that stuff. I mean, it doesn't compare to wearing a lightsaber, but then again, that doesn't seem to help you much.
Don't change the subject.
Yeah? So what? I don't ask any dumb questions about your past, despite the fact that it keeps throwing us into life-threatening situations. Want to know why? I figure if you ever want to tell me something, you will. So give me the same respect, alright?
I'm not accusing you, I just want to know if you got any other useful skills. You could be, you know, pretty handy there with proper combat training.
Well, hey, thanks. But you've got the wrong guy. I'm good at shooting people, cracking wise, and pretending to know how to fight with my hands.
Cool. Yeah. Influence gained, influence lost. Lomao. That's about right. That's about right. This first playthrough, they are probably all gonna hate me by the end of it because I don't know when to shut my face. Anyway. I can go to... Well, actually, I could go to Paragus? I can go to Telos Citadel, Onderon, Narshta, Korriban, and Dantooine. Let's go to Paragus, see what happens. Oh. Let's go to Telos, see what happens. Gotta find a fuel source for Citadel before it dies. Cool, gotta go by. Oops, this is not the direction. It's like here. No, that is Koreatown. Here? Yeah, here, okay. I feel like they're gonna kill each other if they come into my way, so let's bring T3 because we haven't had him in the party in a hot minute. Okay, so actually, yeah, I don't necessarily need to be on Telos, but yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and save here. That's gonna do it for this segment, I think. Yeah, there was a lot of talking and whatnot with this particular segment, but we also learned a lot. And a lot happened for not a whole lot happening, if that makes any sense. Anyway.